Bem-vindos hoje ao canal da Mi Educa, onde eu vou estar com uma pessoa muito especial, que é o Quintin, que é uma pessoa que me ajudou muito no meu processo de desenvolvimento pessoal. E hoje a gente vai fazer esse podcast em inglês, mas também você pode aproveitar para treinar a sua linguística e também a sua confiança. So today on my podcast, I will have someone very special to me, which is Quintin, my personal coach.
Yeah.
We've been in this journey for like almost a year now.
Mm-hmm. So quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it's very special to have you here because for two main reasons. A, I think people should listen to what you have to say. And also, often we forget that we need to seek for help. Mm-hmm. And then regardless of the stage of your career, and then when I found you, I was technically in a senior position. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to improve my skills, my ability skills in speaking, my confidence. And then, Quintin, why don't you tell us a bit more of your work and how you help people?
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. And I wish I understood everything you said at the beginning because it sounded fancy.
No,
and I can't do it.
I find English fancier than Portuguese, but it's
English is boring. Seriously, boring language. You guys speak and it's like, so sexy. English is just like, So basically, I help people with confidence. I'm a confidence coach. I help people with communication, with confidence, with public speaking, with drinking as well.
Yes, social occasions.
Yeah. I do a lot of work with people that have to go to networking events, present at work in meetings or run teams and want to build their confidence. And they might already be confident, but it's that element of just how do I get that message across in front of people?
Exactly.
Is what I generally do day to day.
That's exactly. So to give some context, when I found Quintin was exactly what I was looking for. So I was hired to this new position where I was just dealing with high net worth individuals. I was being invited to numerous events, conferences where I had to talk. And then what I sell, it's rather complicated, even for an English speaker.
I know what you've gone. I don't even understand it. I sit there on our Zoom calls and I'm like, sure. And then when we get off the call, I've got to Google stuff. So I'm ready for the next one. It's really complicated what you do. It's high level. Mm-hmm. It's very complex.
Yes.
And there's a lot at stake. There's not a lot of room to make mistakes in it.
No. So I don't know how much people that are watching, if this is their first video. I work for a private equity firm and venture capital, and where 75% of our deals are related to technology and AI. So I don't know how to say what I say in Portuguese, actually, because they are terms that are rather very, very complex. So I felt that I would like to practice my pitch, my sales pitch with someone that could help me to make sure my clients understand me. And secondly, for this social aspect, I think one of our first meetings were a dinner setting.
Yeah.
And then I think it's okay for people like with my background, like I come from a lower middle class, that you don't know sometimes how to present yourself on a table, on a dinner event. So my idea was, okay, I feel like I needed to polish my skills. How can I do that? And then, happily I found Quintin, and then it's been a journey. I thought I wouldn't need only one session. Turns out we've been seeing each other for a year. He and my psychologist are my besties.
Well, I think you don't know what you don't know situation. Like when you start having sessions and you start learning, the more that you learn, the more you realize you don't know certain things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that opens the door to other avenues that you probably didn't even think about, which is why sessions, I have a coach as well. So although I'm a coach, I have a coach because we're always wanting to improve. We're always wanting to be better. For me, I'm wanting to be better at my job. I'm wanting to be able to give better, but it's still something I seek as well. And I think it's really, really important, no matter where you are in the stage of your career or your life.
Yeah.
It's really important just to say, it's okay to say, I don't know. Like you just said then, it doesn't matter where you come from. I think sometimes we think we're meant to know everything.
Yeah.
And we're too embarrassed to say, hey, wait a minute, I don't know what that term means, or I don't know what fork to use here, or, how are you supposed to learn if you
No.
don't ask?
No.
So
Exactly.
yeah, put your hand up and say, I need help.
Exactly. And to that point, also what I want to say before we go to a story and everything, some of this journey that we've been together was also initially I understood I wanted to become better, like with my confidence and polish my skills, social skills, going to those events, how to act in a way, but also some of our sessions being through some feedbacks that I received. So I try to use some of like my boss's feedback and say, Michelle, I think you should be more direct, or you should not be as passive. Just bear in mind, I learned English in Ireland, so then Irish English, I think it's very different from Australian English. And also there's this period where I was just like, okay, Irish people are way more diplomatic in a way, with all due respect, Quintin, it's Australian.
But it's true. And I think when you're in a business environment, like your bosses, it comes down to time management. So sometimes they're not going to hold your hand. It's literally like, I want this, but they don't necessarily explain exactly what they want, or they're not going to talk you through it. And that's where you've got to try and work that out yourself.
Yeah, big time. And also you helped me a lot to embrace who I am in a way, just like, Michelle, you have an accent and then that's it. You know, don't try to change yourself, be yourself. And I think this is like one of like the topics I want us to talk today. It's building that confidence, that level of like, embrace who you are. And yes, you're not going to say English perfectly because English is not your native language, but people understand you, and that's what they matter. And
they appreciate the effort as well. And I have never found, let's say someone like you, or a lot of my students are not necessarily from Australia, or English is their first language. And there is that common thread there where it's like, I need to sound like you. And I'm like, that's never going to happen. And at the end of the day, trust me, you don't want to sound like me. We want to sound a little bit like you, because you've got this interesting...
Vibe as you.
Yeah. There's this interesting language element. There's this accent. It's you know what I mean? So what you were trying to do at the beginning was not remove that, but your focus was not embracing that. And I think, you know, when you embrace that and you stop trying to be something you're not, you excel. And that's when we really started to get a lot of movement with the language and with the words and with the sentences and things like that.
Yeah, and then I'm very thankful that you also helped me in that journey for me to realize being Brazilian is actually one of my best skills. And I should
hard. It's hard. Like, come on.
Seriously, like, yes, if I'm different, if I'm the only woman in the room, if I have an accent, if I'm not wearing like man's clothing, it's okay. And then also people's problem, they need to get used to me as well. I need to learn how to say Quintin James. Why cannot have to learn how to say Michelle Pereira? So
yeah, I can't do the rolling of the R thing. I'm so white.
It's okay.
I practice and I try. Sometimes I get it, I'm like, oh. Yeah, it's but fine. when I'm forced to do it, I'm like, I can't do it. Same. So we've all got the same things, really.
That's okay. we live and learn. Yeah. So now, Quintin, let's just go step back and tell us about your story, because you weren't always very confident, outgoing. There's some story behind like your background. You went to dancing, so tell us a bit more about like who you are, how did you build your confidence, and
Okay, well, I was really shy, really insanely shy, and that came down to insecurities. So I was actually thinking about this the other day, like the word shy, I think we use it as a label. We use it as a branding for ourselves to stop us from moving out of that comfort zone. Because when you say shy, and I thought about this, I'm like, what does shy actually mean? It means that you've got anxiety. You're anxious about what people are going to say about you. There's insecurity there.
What's the opposite of shy? Just so I remember.
Not shy. Confident. No, it is. It's confident.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because you're shy and reserved, and you've got confident and outgoing.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, and I was thinking. So I had a lot of insecurities. I was really short, quite sick as a kid, chromatic, and really short, and in and out of hospital, and all sorts of different things. And I didn't play rough with all the other kids, and so I just wouldn't talk to people. Right. And even as I became a teenager, same thing. I wouldn't, if they asked me a question, it would be a one-word answer. I just didn't engage in conversation because I was so scared. And I guess I was scared of what people would think about me. And yes, you mentioned, so I was a professional dancer, still am a professional dancer. And I know, get the groove
I should put some music on, but next time.
It'll be off. The top will come off. No. Yeah, and so I was learning dance, and then I was on stage, but I would never look at the audience. Right. And my dance teachers were like, he's so good, but he's not engaging, he's not performing. And so I got into drama. So I started learning acting. And that's where I started to find my footing, I guess, when it came to understanding how to build a character, how to create an opportunity for myself to become more confident in little bites. So I wasn't just being Quintin all the time. I was a different version. I was a future version of myself.
Can we just make a stop here, because this was one of the first things you said it to me. That was just, Michelle, be an actress.
Yeah.
If you don't have that confidence, just create that person that will be confident. It doesn't need to be like who you are, but like, let's say, if we say fake until you make it, which is so true, because if you really think you're not, I can't go to that event, or I cannot start talking to that person, whatever that might be. And then if you actually like, okay, that's like Michelle B, or I call me Mi Beats, or Mi Pear Tree. It's a different version. And then, just embrace that. I think that's critical.
Yeah, and it's not that it's not really you. It's just a version of you that you need to work on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I found. So over time, I became that version of myself when I needed to be that version.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not shy anymore. I don't ever use the word shy. I am an introvert. So when people meet me, they think I'm an extrovert.
Yes.
But
deep down,
I'm an introvert. I like my quiet time. I recharge that way. But I'm a performative extrovert.
Understood.
Right. So when I need to be an extrovert, say for that's work, getting on stage, talking to people, running seminars, that's when that version of me comes out. And then I go home and get under a blanket, drink a bottle of wine and relax.
Don't talk to me ever.
And recharge. But I just had to, through drama, I learned that. I was like, okay, that's really smart. I can play with that.
Yes.
And like you said, and this is one thing I bring up with a lot of my clients, if they're creatively in mind, how to do that.
But a lot of people that speaks multiple language will understand this, because we almost have dual personalities.
Yeah.
In Brazil, I am so funny. I am great. I actually really like my personality when I'm like Brazilian, because it's naturally, I speak freely. I don't have to think about the words before it comes to my mind. It's just like, it's so organic. Whereas in English, because I learn English in Ireland with the, like, let's say more in a posh area, I feel like I'm more fancier when I speak in English. Whereas,
exotic.
But like in Brazil, like, I would like to have a drink, It's just like, I go to Pilates. Like, I don't go to Pilates on my Brazilian personality. I go to funk. You guys would know that.
Okay, in psychology, they call that multiple personality.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
But seriously.
No, but I understand that. But that was the interesting thing when we were having our first couple of sessions. I was like, that person is still you here.
Yeah.
It's just finding how to use that person to your advantage here, and how to bring that person into your work life and your social life here.
Exactly. It's still you, still me. Like, I'm joking.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the same person, but I just kind of like, there is a bit more tweaks between when I speak Portuguese or I speak English is different.
Yeah.
So on that note then, do you think confidence can be built?
Yeah, 100%.
And some people that are not born with confidence, they can just learn.
I'm living proof of it.
Me too.
living proof, 100%. Like I said, I've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I completely agree because I think I am the proof as well. So let's go back 1 year when we met.
Mm-hmm.
How different do you think I am? And we're not going to give a lot of spoilers because if you guys wanted to contact with Quintin, you can another time. But like our sessions is usually like 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get ourselves prepared. Sometimes I think at the beginning I didn't even know what I wanted.
It's very common.
No way. Like
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do the etiquette
Mm-hmm.
training plus a bit more of confidence, but I didn't know how far like I want to become, you know?
No, that's what I mean when I said before, what you don't know, because when the sessions start, I think what you in particular, you had an idea of what you wanted.
Mhm.
But I think once the session started, you realized actually there's more to this than I actually thought. And
Yes.
then as we started to,
Mhm.
and you even came to me in certain sessions and said, like you said before, I got feedback from my boss, or I've got to do a pitch, or I've got to talk, or I've got to do this.
Mhm.
Can we work on this? And so what I had planned went out the window, as usual. So luckily, I'm so flexible and adaptable. That's why I'm the professional here.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Trust
why,
on the pros, please.
seriously, planning a lesson, what's the point? Not with this one.
I can talk about finance just about, but you can
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
confidence and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
give
yeah.
that to you.
But that's why with the sessions, for me personally as a coach, I think it's important to have, it is a relationship.
Yeah.
It is a communication relationship where, you know, I can have all the modules set out and all the lesson
Mhm.
plans, and this is what you need to do to get from A to F, right?
Yeah.
But you're going through your journey day to day.
Mhm.
You're experiencing work, you're experiencing your social life, you're experiencing everything here in Australia. This is where you start to navigate some of those sessions,
Yes.
right? And I think that's really important. So if you're looking at getting coaching, one thing I would say as a student is don't just let the coach guide your sessions 100%.
Correct.
Come into that as a 50-50.
Mhm.
Find out what your sessions are for and what you're buying and what the coach does, but also make sure that the coach is flexible and okay for you to come with ideas, because that's
Yeah.
what's really going to get you moving forward. Because like you had to go into a meeting or do this thing, we worked on that before you did it.
Yeah.
And then we got feedback from that, and then we worked on that.
Mhm.
That is so much more important
Yeah.
than me just going through, okay, this is breathing technique, use your diaphragm. Because
Yeah.
although that is important, that's something you can do on your own,
Of course.
you know?
I-
So yeah,
It's super valid that you mentioned to this because I do get a lot of people asking me, "Hi Michelle, can you help me? Can I help you with what?" You know, like seriously. Now my page, I speak about finance and I speak about my international career, and of course I'm super. I want to be super helpful for people, but I think sometimes people need to also get themselves prepared. Like, what do you want to do? Like, it's okay from not knowing exactly where you want to become. I think that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
But have an idea of like, and strategy almost in a way.
Mhm.
For example, for me to work, I would like to know how to present myself, or I would like to, build my confidence when I'm doing my pitch. So I think the message is just like, if you are going to hire a coach, and also I would say even mentor, because people ask me to be a mentor, use that time precisely. Use that time how you think it would be so beneficial to you. Don't expect people to know about like
we
how
can't
you
read
can
your mind.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But on that as well, as a student coming into that, you want to have an overall idea, but you also have to take the guidance of the coach, because sometimes as well, you know, you want to get from, you know, here to here quickly. And that necessarily isn't always the best option. And then sometimes, like with us, like between each session, there's homework. There's little exercises to do. And that's where sometimes for me, it's like, well, you have to do this bit first. I know you want to do more focusing on, I'm going to do a presentation. We need to work a little bit more on the articulation. We need to work on this. So put the work in there, and then you can move a little bit faster. So I think it's a combination there as well. So yeah, I think it's really important to have an idea, and don't just go to a coach and say, I want this, because you want an end game, so you want your end result.
Yes.
But between where you start and that end result, there's a lot of little steps. So understand what some of those steps are going to be.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know, ask the coach or the mentor,
Yes.
or ask someone that's been in your position before. What should I be focusing on?
Yes. But kind of have an idea,
100%.
a preparation, like just come and say, hi, can you help me? I think it's so unhelpful because so many ways you can help someone. And
I get the same. People approach me and they're like, coach me. I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
Do you want deportment? Do you want communication? What do you want to work on? Articulation? What is it you want? I want all of it. I'm like, okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Just to summarize, Quintin just not help people like me in a professional career, but you also deal with like models and artists and I don't know, like A to Z, kind of like.
Yeah, so because my background, because my background is entertainment, right?
Yeah,
so entertainment industry. As a professional dancer, I also worked as a professional actor, directed, created plays, produced, hustled. I'm 5'5", like, like my work is sometimes limited because I'm so short as a male dancer. So you have to create things. But I work with models that are walking the runway, that have moved into doing TV presenting and things like that. So I do a lot of TV presenting work. I work with actors when they've got to do media and they've got to do interviews.
Yeah.
I work with really, really, really rich women that have to go to these events. And it's all about looking really glamorous, deportment, how they walk, a bit of runway modeling kind of stuff in there, a bit of style, because also part of creating that character is the visual side of that character.
Correct.
Let's not forget that as well. So I know for myself, like if I'm feeling really not confident in myself that day, or I'm like, my hair's bad, or whatever, if you dress up, if you do things, it creates this little fire inside you and you're like, I've got it. Look, you just got to walk past the shop, see yourself in the reflection, go,
you can do it.
I'm hot. And that just helps to boost your confidence.
Exactly.
So if you're feeling sick, or if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling anything, get off the couch, do your face, put on something nice, and go and do something.
I agree.
You'll feel so much better.
For women, actually, do you know what something's really interesting? Wearing heels. If you're women, like, because I can say for men, this is gives you so much power. Just get like a bag, even if you're in your house, put your heel, put some makeup on and say, I'm amazing. Like, I can do this. No, seriously, just dress up. Dress up.
Yeah. The way women walk in a heel compared to in a flat is night and day. It's so different. So once you get that heel on, if you work it and strut it, you own the world.
Yeah, I like watching his videos on catwalk and stuff. I can't do a catwalk.
I can walk in heels. I can walk in heels. I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. Amazing. I can't. I have like a bit more like heels, but for special occasions.
We have to get you some Louis Vuittons then.
Yeah, I do.
We've got to work towards that.
Yeah, of course. They need to be like a bit more expensive, the ones I have. But anyways, the point is, yes, just dress. Like when I say dress up, it's not really dressed up. It's just like
make an effort.
Make an effort. Yes, and I completely agree. Like, isn't that like when you walk in a meeting or in any room, someone already make a judgment about you on the three first seconds?
3 seconds you've got.
You have 3 seconds to make an impression. Don't even say hello. It's just how you look and how you present yourself. Someone already made a judgment of who you are. So people that are doing interviews, guys, you have only 3 seconds. Like, seriously, because a lot of people that are, not a lot, like some people that ask me is like being confident in the interviews. Just get yourself prepared.
Yeah.
Like for girls, do your eyebrows. Like eyebrows are great. Okay.
But do your homework. Like if you're going in for a job interview, this is the other thing that I coach as well, is it's the same for anything. Do your homework and be prepared. So know the company, know the role, know your position, know where the position goes next, where you want to be, what you've done. All that stuff is really, really important. If you sit there in an interview and you're stuttering and you're not making any sense, you can look fantastic.
Yes.
So you've got to combine those two things. You really need to make sure you know what you're about, and you need to know who you are.
Yeah.
Because you're also selling yourself, right?
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to sell yourself as a product if you don't know what the product is?
Yes. Can I then touch on 2 things, because you just said that? First is a lot of, let's say, foreigners like me, like a lot of people that I know, let this stuff down. because they're so hungry, or like so hungry. No. They're so hungry to get that opportunity. They almost would just like kind of think that that job, the opportunity is everything, and forgetting that what they're bringing to the table. So I think that also comes through confidence to know like, okay, I want this job as much as this job wants me, because I am great and I'm going to bring C and D to the table. And yeah, I feel like I hear a lot of people not having that mindset of knowing their worth.
You're interviewing for a job, but you're also interviewing the company to see if you want to work there.
Thank you. Exactly.
It's what I tell actors when they're going to see agents. It's what I tell people when they're getting ready for dates. It's a communication. It's not just, oh, please give me the job. Please give me the job. I'm desperate. It's okay. Do I want to work here? Are you going to give me what I need? Because I'm bringing this to the table, like you said. So know your worth. Super important.
Yeah, super important.
And if you're not sure exactly what your worth is, like I said, we were talking about creating that character. What is that character's worth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're still sitting on the fence going, oh, I don't know. What the character that you're creating that's going to build that confidence that over time will become your future self. What is that character worth?
Would look like.
Yeah.
And
sure. Use that.
Create, like you created that ambitious version of you that deserves ambitious. There you go.
Ambitious version.
Of you.
Yeah.
And just
100%.
Own it. Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask you some questions that people ask you. How
exciting.
Okay. So
can I have a quick drink?
Yeah, you please.
Thanks.
No, it's yours. The floor is yours. What does deportment mean, and why does how you carry yourself change how you speak?
Oh, okay. So deportment basically is a physical representation of etiquette. So what that means is it's posture, it's how you walk, it's how you walk into a room, it's how you sit down. It's the physical component of what etiquette is. And etiquette is basically social manners.
Right. How do I look now? On you.
A little slouch, but it's okay.
Okay, because I have your drink.
We're sitting, no.
Okay, so tell me how I should look. So
the general rule when you're sitting in a meeting, or if you're sitting in a chair, particularly as a female, but I teach this for men as well, is you never sit back in the back of the chair, ever. You're always sitting slightly forward on the chair, and you're always lifting up through your center. So this creates height and it creates importance.
Yes.
Shoulders down, belly in, just, creating space.
Because you own the space.
Own the space, yeah.
Yeah, and also very important to never have your ears like down. I've heard that we
want to see the neck.
Yeah, because that brings confidence. Then this is not.
Well, you said you've got 3 seconds, right? So people make an impression on you. So your first impression is 3 seconds. So if you're walking into a room and you're not confident, and then you walk into the room and you're like, oh, hi, they've already made their impression. They've already got an idea of who you are. So you have to be in that mindset before you enter that space.
Yes.
Right? And then as you enter that space, you've got to be confident, which means entering the room, making eye contact with people, walking up, introducing yourself, firm handshake, controlling your breath, working the room, making sure you know everyone in the room, or going to the most important person as well. And then not talking over people, let the conversation wait for a break before you speak.
This is something that you...
Don't fidget with your hands, don't fidget with your clothes, your hair, anything.
Yeah, so we're not going to give too much to people, but you actually gave me all those small tips that we don't even pay attention. We do. Like women, remember I used to fix my hair. I used to fix my hair all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And we Brazilians, we speak with the hands. I think it's fine. But like doing these things like with rings and like this, no good, right?
Yeah. So fidgeting is a sign of not having much confidence.
Right.
A
Okay.
bit of insecurity.
So
It's nervous energy. So when people have nervous energy, they fidget, they play with their clothes, they'll play with their clothes, whatever it is, their hair. So that's nervous energy. So when we see that, we know that person's feeling a bit nervous.
Right.
When you're stammering and you're coming, like you can't say words and you don't know what to say, or that's nervous energy because your brain is working too fast for what you want to say.
Yes.
So that's when you want to think about take nice breaths, control your breath, and then speak slowly. When it comes to using your hands, I use my hands as well. But from a public speaking perspective, if you want to make impact, you really use your hands when you want to make a point.
Okay.
And then they're pretty chilled. Other than that, they move occasionally when and then you're making a serious point, you use your hands. If you're using them too much, it can be a bit of a distraction.
Right.
Yeah.
Got this, guys?
Got it?
Great.
Free
Okay.
tip. There you go.
Free tip.
Love it.
Yeah. About another free tip.
Yeah.
Can you give us another one that I actually really appreciate when I kept saying because of course Portuguese and English are different, and also the connectors in Portuguese are very different from the connectors from Portuguese and English. So at times I and I think it's very common for other people to try to find those
Everyone does it. It doesn't matter what language you speak. We all do it.
Yes.
We all do it. I think when you're in a public setting, it's not going to make too much of a difference, right? Like if you're in just a social setting, no one's really overly concerned about your language. In a professional setting, it does make a big difference. Whether you're just with colleagues or whether you're in a meeting or with a client, even if you work in sales, let's say, and you're trying to sell, whether it's clothing or a car or whatever it is.
Yes.
So why do we do those things? We do those things because we don't like silence. So to fill the silence, we go like, we fill them with what we call filler words.
Yes, filler words.
Yeah, filler words. And the reason is, as I said, we don't like the silence, and also we're thinking too far ahead. Right? We're not really listening to the people that we're having a conversation with. We're so concerned about the things we're going to say. We talk fast, we don't breathe, and that's when these filler words come out.
Yes.
So it's about slowing down, so slowing your speech down, making sure that your breath is supporting your vocal cords so you can talk and you don't have to cough and, do those sort of things.
That's
and sometimes having space is really important. So we did this in a few sessions if you really want to make a point with someone, pause. So when I'm giving a speech, before I'm going to make a really important note, I pause before it.
Yes.
And then I pause after.
Yes.
So I'm pausing for dramatic effect before, then I say the really important thing, and then I'm going to pause after because I want the audience to really take in what I've said.
Yes.
So if you're talking about finance or you're talking about something specific with a client, like we talked about, it's like you're dropping that bombshell.
Yeah.
Right? That really nugget piece of information.
That's right.
Then you pause after because you really want the client to absorb that. And then sometimes you might even repeat it. If it's really important, you might repeat it or say, look, this is really important. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Right. Or you just repeat what you've just said. Yeah. So it's about controlling the timing.
So
the
this is like, guys, you just got 1,000 of a session code for free. So thank you. Please make sure to comment down below and like and subscribe on the channel.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
No, seriously, this was so helpful to me. And also for a lot of people that Portuguese or English is probably not their first language because you're so anxious to get your point across that you're just like, no, I know this is, I want to make sure they understand me and blah, blah, blah. And even for me, like my English is extremely well-spoken and fluent. I've been speaking English for the past almost 10 years of my life. Yeah. Considering I had no English, my English was really, really poor. Even though I can get my message across, I stumble a lot. That's why I had Quintin.
It's stress, right? When you're in a stressful environment and you feel pressure, that's when it comes into play, right? Because, this is really important. I've got to make sure I do this.
Yes.
And the thing that, just one more other free bit of advice here. if you're constantly thinking about all the things that can go wrong, they're going to go wrong. So if you're walking into a meeting or you have to do a pitch and you're worried about the tech not working, if you're worried about not being able to say a word the right way or correct a sentence, those things are generally going to happen.
Yes, so
it's
just
creating
relax.
your reality.
Yeah, create your reality, I think.
So just, breathe, trust that you know what you're doing. And also, this is another thing, sometimes less is more. So what I mean by that is you don't have to say 500 words to get your message across.
No.
And, and you don't also have to say the fanciest words. It's not necessarily that impressive.
That was my problem at the beginning. I wanted to use very technical, heavy words. I think it's true sometimes when I'm trying to talk to you. And then you're just like, no, Michelle, just like be you. Like you don't need to read a script all the time, right?
Yeah, and the other thing that we worked a lot on was you really want to say a word, but you can't say it yet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't stop saying the word right now. Like find another word that means the same thing that you can actually articulate in your meetings until you get that word right, and then you can swap it back over.
Yes, and now my turn to give people another free advice. Record yourself on WhatsApp or whatever do you want to. Record yourself on a screen. For example, interview. Even before I met you, Quintin, I used to record myself and I used to interview with my sister because she speaks English as well. So I was just like, okay, can we just like this display role? Role play. There you go.
Role play.
That I can listen to myself. And then when you listen to yourself, I know it's very cringy. I don't know how to say cringy in Portuguese. It's weird. Like I'm recording myself now and I'm just like, I don't really like my voice, or I don't really like how I sound. But if you do not record yourself and you cannot really hear, of course, because we have an accent, sometimes we miss a T before we mix the D with T. Like, it's Portuguese, it's different, right? But the more you practice, the better you become. So if you're doing an interview in English or even in Portuguese, I kindly would recommend you to first find Quintin, of course. But secondly,
recording is really important. I get you to do that a lot. I get every single client I have that does communications with me to record in a myriad of different ways. So like you said, voice record is really important. And the reason why I get my clients to do voice recording is because when you video record and you watch yourself back, you're not listening to yourself, you're just watching, right? It's a distraction. So you want to voice record and listen just to the voice and then video yourself if you want to look at how you're physically moving in a situation.
Yes.
But it does make a huge difference. And like you said, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable at first.
I do both.
So the visual as well, like a whole video.
Yes, I do. And then now it's been quite interesting because I have to do in Portuguese and English. And then I'm just like, oh my God, sometimes I forget. People that watch me as some of my videos, they know I switch. Sometimes I don't know how to say this in Portuguese. And then it's not me pretending. It's just I genuinely forgot the word. She
sends messages to me, Portuguese.
Huh?
You sent messages to me in Portuguese. Did you say you were talking to your mum or something? And then I got some message in Portuguese. It was for me, but it was in Portuguese. And I'm like,
hey guys, it's
okay, it's cool.
Michelle is in Portuguese.
I worked it out.
I know. And that happens vice versa. I write to people in Portuguese. And I write to you or speak to you in English. Like that happened on my office as well. Sometimes if I'm listening to Brazilian music, I don't know.
Yeah. I honestly think, and I'm being 100% genuine now, from someone who really does only speak one language. I dabble and I try, but I really only do. If you're bilingual and you can speak two languages and you're really learning a second language, you should pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
You should really, because to be able to do that is phenomenal, in my opinion.
It is.
Anyone that's bilingual, I just am like, if I didn't have bad hair, I'd take my hat off. It's everything's immaculate. No, but I think people get so caught up with, I can't say this. And I don't. The fact that you are doing that, the fact that you're learning that, the fact that you are somewhat conversational, or at least trying, is amazing. And I think you really need to be proud of that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I'm not discredit myself. But when I started the channel, I want to help Brazilians to be more confident in finance, and I also talk a bit more about my life. And then it comes in a very interesting way that I'm receiving those CVs from people that are a bit like older than me or has way more experience than me, and say, Michelle, what do you think? Should I apply? And I'm just like, you are amazing. Your track record is just like huge. Like, these people have so much experience. And then, yeah, it bugs me, like, why do we think we're less than we actually are when we should just be like really, really proud? So I think that I think is such a great message from you, saying, so you guys can hear from someone that's not me just being biased because I'm Brazilian, someone like as an outsider, because you do with a lot of foreigners as well, right?
Yeah, and all nationalities, all nationalities. And there is a common thread. You all have this, and most of the people I work with are high performing, corporate, in that world. So there is a level of pressure. And because they are high performing and they've been high performing in their own countries, when they're moving to another country, like they're moving to Australia or they're changing careers, they put this expectation on themselves that I have to do this right now because I excel at everything. I'm an elite person.
Exactly.
And I think you need to take a step back and just try and keep trying. And when things get tough, just keep trying.
Yes.
Put yourself in positions. This is the other thing I want to say, because my partner is Spanish. Colombian.
Yes. Yeah.
And
like Colombia.
Yo. Yeah, and that was the main issue. Was one thing that he did was, well, marry me, which was the smartest move he's ever made. But
lucky man. Cheers to
Sergio.
Sergio.
You go, Sergio. You did well, but
have this confidence. Love yourself, guys.
100%.
Bling, bling, bling.
Yeah.
Shake, shake, shake.
But one thing he did was he made sure that when he came to Australia, he didn't only surround himself with Colombians or Spanish speakers. He really immersed himself and forced himself to get jobs where where English was mostly spoken. There was not any other Colombians, because what that does is it forces your conversation, English, to improve so quickly.
That's right.
And then I've worked with other people. He's got friends or whatever, and they don't do that. And the level that you get to quickly and the level of confidence, so different. And the more that you feel confident and you're making improvements, that boosts your self-esteem. And when you've got more confidence, what do? You learn more.
Yes.
You're putting yourself out there more. You're going to improve more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's all about practicing.
Yeah.
If you put that mindset that you have to practice, and I hear you, because yes, I know tons of Brazilians that live in Brazil, spend so much money coming abroad, and then decide to, like, nothing against being like in a community, because I love staying around Brazilians, but you actually are missing out in excel your language skills.
Well, it would be like if I went to Colombia. If we moved to Colombia and then I only found other Aussies or English-speaking people, I'm never going to be able to speak the language.
Yes.
So then how am I going to get around? How am I going to do things? And it's just learning those small steps.
Yes.
Yeah, super important.
Okay, great. Okay, so if it's okay, I think that was great. I hope people got note of that. Do we want to do like a really quick, like 3-minute session with me? How would I present something? I haven't not organized this properly. I'm just
first time I'm hearing about it too.
So, like, I'm just gonna pitch you something.
Yep.
And then you tell me like a really quick feedback, so people just can sense how this could work.
How the session works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just think about something that I really like, or something that I've. Okay.
We'll have a drink.
We'll have a drink.
So if you're watching, grab a drink.
Grab a drink.
Grab a drink.
Let me think.
Okay.
I would think about something. I'll talk about one of my favorite products.
Okay.
I'll give you a X name.
So I'm the client?
You're my client.
Okay, yep.
Yes, you're my client.
Role playing, I'm the client, yep.
Yeah, we're role playing. So you're my client.
But I'm also the coach, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, cool. Like we normally do.
Yeah, so Shall I kind of like call you, or how we're gonna do it? Like, because this is the first time we are doing this.
Call me, baby.
Call you.
Oh, yeah. Pretend we're on the phone, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Or we're sitting here. It's your game.
Okay, cool. So that always gets so awkward. I don't like doing this with him. Because it's just like, I know I'm going to be judged. I know.
That's what she's paying for.
I'm paying to hear feedback about how I speak. Oh my God, that's what you guys are going to pay for it. FYI. Okay, so I got your number from a friend, and then you're kind of interested in investing.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like kind of a warm lead.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yep, cool. Okay, yep.
So the friend that gave me your name, your phone number is Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah,
Dennis the Menace. Okay. Dennis.
I had too many drinks. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
This is going to be
good
funny.
Old Dennis.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Quintin. How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks. Thank you for picking up the call. There we go. Started. Okay.
Take two.
Hi, Quintin. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for taking the call.
My pleasure.
Quintin, I really appreciate your time. I don't want to waste too much of your time, actually, but Dennis just gave me your phone number. He said you might be interested into one of our investments. So would you mind to give me a bit of a background of what do you know about finance, or if you've been investing already?
Yes, I've been investing. I have a financial advisor that does all my investments for all my companies. And Dennis did mention you as well and said that he would set something up.
Oh, that's great. I really appreciate it. Maybe next time I can also, I'll be more than happy to talk to your financial advisor, so then we get a sense of what you've been doing. But what Dennis is investing in, also some of our compelling strategies, is this Fund X, where we have a selection of 7 to 10 managers based in US. They invest into private equity and venture capital firms. Are you familiar with this terminology?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, you have your own business, so you understand.
Yep.
So we cover pre-seed to Series B, which is different stages of investments. So you would basically have an allocation of around 200 companies between fintech, healthcare. We're just really trying to capture all this wave of technology and AI. We really believe this is like what's happening with the world, and also it's just like it's starting. I don't think you can tell me, do you talk about AI on a day-to-day basis?
We've implemented AI in the business a little bit. It's still very new. So at grassroots, we're sort of starting to find out where it can benefit our company without also laying off people and things like that.
Of course. No, I think that's a very common note that I hear from our clients. It's still a bit scary. We don't really know. To be honest, we don't know, and that's exactly why we built this solution to assist our clients that wanted to have the exposure to US private equity companies, capture this element of AI, and then just so you know, also a lot of our companies, or most of the portfolios, you will have access to know what they are. But some of those investments that we make are companies that are investing to early stage of detection of cancer, giving allocations to students. So we also like to see more this inflection of AI in a positive note than just being disruptive to society.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, great. Okay, that's it. Okay, there's more too, but like, no.
Yeah. So if that was a normal coaching session, what I would be doing is be taking notes.
Yes.
And I'd be counting how many filler words you used, things like that. Words I didn't quite understand, or I thought could be articulated a little bit better.
Yes.
And anything that I thought was a bit funky. So obviously we used a few ums there.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I just used one there. I think at the beginning you said interesting when it should have been interested.
Okay. There we go. I also would have my notes.
Yeah. Dennis said you might be interested, not interesting.
Okay.
It's different.
Yes.
And what else?
Perfect.
It's hard because I'm usually looking at my notes.
Oh, so and today that was super free. Like
Yeah,
I usually give you more details of what.
It's usually quite complex.
Yes,
Which is why I have to use Google or ChatGPT. I have to say after to work out what she said because it's another language to me. I'm a dancer. I count to 8, then I start again. So it's
I work with complex stuff.
Yeah. So that's kind of how the session normally goes, right? So like you will do your pitch. I will then, as I said, make notes. Then we discuss it, and then you redo it.
Yes.
Over and over and over again, and then find the flow. And I think the biggest thing is, that was very off the cuff situation. So usually you have an idea of the direction of that person and things like that.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we do, right?
It's just a flavor. It's just for people to know how like we kind of act.
Yeah, it is a role play, right? So the purpose for me is to be. I try to play that character of when we're having those role plays of the client as much as I possibly can.
You are,
and I do try to ask poignant questions or important questions based on what you told me, and I try to ask questions where I feel you really need to think.
Yes.
Because that's what the clients are going to do.
Of course.
And also make sure that the answers that you're giving feel really confident.
Yes, correct.
Because if you're using terminology that doesn't fit within that structure,
it doesn't.
Scary. In there, you said that some of the clients can still see that AI can still be a bit scary. And in a session, I would probably say we would probably not use that because it's creating a negative thought within the conversation with the client. We want to remove that. We want to make the client feel really, really confident.
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah. So that's kind of how the sessions go. And it's really important. It's just a backwards and forwards until, you get to a place where like that has a good flow. And for me as a coach, my job is to never try to make you sound like me or like someone else.
Robotic. It's
molding your language and your words and the way that you flow to suit you.
Exactly.
Because then you're going to be most confident when you're having those conversations.
Exactly. I think even if I was speaking what I speak in Portuguese, I probably would hire a coach as well in Portuguese. Because I talk a lot about macroeconomy and I also talk about technology and all of those new terms, which is true. We're not going to go too much into AI stuff because like we can talk about all the time. But seriously, I think for me, it's super beneficial to have you. And I don't want to take too much of Quintin's time because it's been amazing. It's such a big pleasure for us to have him. Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been really good.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I said, when I invited him, I said, Quintin, I think people should know who you are, should know what you offer.
I agree.
And then, it's real. And for me, you've been super helpful. And to this day, like when I have to present it to like senior people, when I have to go to presentations, I do some public speaking sometimes. I really need to level that up. And then you being such a great help. So, and I said, can you just be on my episode, please? So that's really great.
So what's the message to the people out there about getting a coach? So what would you say?
What I would say it doesn't matter if you're a junior, if you're senior, if you're like a VP, if you're a director, there's always room to improve. And it's okay to ask for help because sometimes we fail thinking, do I need? People think it's an expense or people don't even know that this service exists. Like that your solution, it is a solution because you can go to the gym and you can hire a gym instructor, but you can also hire someone to help you with your confidence and like public speaking and all of that. So I think people should be more aware of like this type of
services. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how well is known in Brazil, but like in Australia, I don't think it's really well known either. I think I was kind of like looking for you than like people talking that this exists, which is great. So to summarize, I think it's okay to ask for help regardless of your job title, junior to like senior level. You even said yourself that you have your own coach.
100%.
It's so okay for you to be Brazilian, Colombian, whatever nationality you are, Indian, to accept, embrace who you are, embrace your culture, embrace your accent. People would understand you regardless. It's about you being confident. It's about present yourself. And then once you present and you build this in you, believing in you, things will flow naturally. And then Quintin can also help you like polish, but like believe in.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we take so preventative medication, or with preventative measures, right? So rather than getting really sick, we take multivitamins, or we take this, or rather we go to the gym to be healthy. We do all these things as a preventative to not have an issue, right? So see a coach, whether it's a confidence coach, a communications coach, deportment, personal training, whatever it is, see them as preventative. And what I mean by that is because when you're in your job, when you're doing these things, that's not where you want to make the mistakes. You want to make the mistakes with the coach, right? And let the coach iron them out with you, help you before you go and do those things. Because some, like first impressions, but also like when you're going for job interviews, when most industries are pretty small, right?
Yeah, you
like
don't want to make a mistake. You only have one shot.
100%.
And then
that's what I mean. So do some of the work before, so you feel more confident, that you're more articulate, that you understand posture, that you understand your style, whatever it is that you want to work on before you go into a really important meeting, before you go into that job interview, before you get on stage. Do the work before, because you don't want to be making the mistakes there. And as I said, like I still have a coach. So at one point we won't be having weekly sessions. We might go to having a monthly session. So that's the thing. If you've got a really good coach or a good mentor, that's someone that you want to keep in your back pocket for a while. And then you just go to them for when you need things.
Yeah. Like I think it's super valuable. And like some of our recent sessions, I think I was going to travel. And then I said, I'm traveling, and then this is going to happen on the travels. I'm going to meet this bunch of like interesting people, and some of them are well known, blah, blah, blah. So I think, it goes time to time. So I think people got the message. That's important.
I hope so.
Be confident, be yourself. And if you're not confident, create this person, and seek for a professional if that's something that you need. No shame in asking for help. The completely opposite. You might be missing an opportunity of getting a job because you didn't get yourself prepared. And there's plenty of information. And that's why Mi Educa is called Mi Educa. You know, me, Michelle, Educa of education. But like, I'm not trying to educate anyone, but like sharing that message. And then I'm very thankful for you to also be educating people on that regard.
You are educating people, because you're passing, if you've got information that you're passing on to others, that's education.
Yeah.
Right? So we look at education as a formal situation, but just helping one other person with something, that's educating them. If they don't have the information yet and you're giving it to them, that's educating.
Yes.
And I think what you're doing is really, really important, because you have an interesting story as well. You have an interesting background. And I think you can be a great support network for people out there. And I know most of your audience is female, and that's excellent. So you're building a really strong community out there. And I know when you have a community, you all can help each other.
Yes.
You can chat to each other. You can learn from each other's mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's super important. So keep doing it.
Yeah. Actually, just because you said that, I remember something. Also, my background was not exposed to what I am exposed right now. All these luxury hotels I go, all those events, so for me, I also contacted you in a way that I was just like, how do I, belong to something that I was never like exposed in a way. So yeah,
and that was the trigger, right? So it's like, what fork do I use? What cup do I use? How do I feel like and look like I belong?
Yes.
And even if that's your one session with someone, like, if you've got to go to a fancy dinner and you have no idea and it's super important, find someone.
Yes.
If you can't afford something, look on YouTube, or whatever else you can do what you can.
That's right.
Self-improvement comes down to you.
Exactly. Quintin, let's just now thank you for your time.
Welcome.
How can people find you then? So then, the message is spread across the country and the continents.
The world. Instagram is probably the easiest.
Perfect.
I have my email, obviously. Website's coming up in a minute. So there'll be that soon. But I generally use social media the most because it's where I'm posting and
Perfect.
communicating. And it's really quite easy for people just to contact me there. So
Okay.
that's probably easy.
And then are we going to have a promo code now that I am
for sure. I'll create one for you. I don't know how to do that, but I'll give it. I'll
Sure.
give you
Just say you found a hashtag Mi Educa.
Yeah, mention.
E aí a gente vai saber que... And then, straight in português, vão saber que é da Mi Educa. You all gonna know it's from Mi Educa. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Cheers. Good work.